Hello guys, my name is Don Cash, and I am here to give a little bit of a WWE Survivor Series 2019 prediction video. Now, wait, can I do this? I forgot what date the YouTube strike was on. Oh no, nobody's probably gonna do it because not a lot of people just don't care enough. But anyway, so I'm gonna have this article here from CBS Sports, and I'm going to go through each match on the card and give my predictions, what will happen, and for some of them, I might say like, I might give like my own version of a play-by-play of what could happen. So the first match it has listed is for the WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio. I have right here. It's a bit old though. Paint's wearing off. It's no hold bars, no disqualification. I think Rey's gonna win this, mainly because the character of Rey Mysterio, he was going to retire. Then they kind of need to bring him back. I would have Rey win. I would have him use minimal weaponry. Although if he does use excessive weaponry, I won't complain. I will not complain because I just want to see Brock Lesnar, the character, not the actor. I have no problems with Brock Lesnar's whatever the actor's name is. I have no problem with him, but I do want to see the character be beat down. It says a showdown between Lesnar and Mysterio has been building since September 30th when Lesnar attacked Mysterio and, more importantly, Mysterio's son Dominic. Mysterio brought in Cain Velasquez. I'm gonna stop trying to say that before I mispronounce it even more. In an attempt to get revenge, but Lesnar again brutally attacked Dominic in the week before defeating in the mere minutes at Crown Jewel. Yeah, it was quick. Mysterio beat Lesnar down with a chair following that match, and again with the pipe in the follow-up edition of Raw before laying down the challenge for Survivor Series. So, yeah, Mysterio's obviously not going to go in level-headed. I saw some other predictions that say Dominic may try to get involved again, and I think that could happen. I just hope Dominic's a little smarter than that, and he won't get involved. But if he does, like I said, I won't complain, depending how. Anyway, I think Rey's gonna win it, and it would be amazing if he did. But if Brock Lesnar wins, if Brock Lesnar keeps the belt, I think the writers know what they're doing, hopefully. But what we saw previously when Brock lost the belt before, when he lost it to Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, I think it broke something in Brock Lesnar. He went crazy. He became insane. So if he does lose the belt, I want to see more of that. Moving on to the next match, and I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna get this down. It's not the right one, but it is one. This used to be the WWE Raw Universal Championship. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. If you're watching this video, you probably already know everything. I'm just flexing at this point, I guess. Flexing with an outdated belt. There's the lamp. Said it didn't take long for Wyatt to target. The Universal Championship. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan. So, I'm actually kind of, I don't know what that was. I'm actually kind of excited for this match in particular because the Fiend as a character, I feel like the Fiend needs to be more conceptual than physical, but you can't really do that in a wrestling promotion. The character has to be physically formed. But anyway, I don't want to get on that rant. Said it didn't take long for Wyatt to target his first victim as a member of the SmackDown brand. He immediately set his sights on Bryan, attacking him during a backstage segment on the ensuing SmackDown episodes. Bryan and Wyatt, I can't fucking read, set up the Universal title match during a main event segment on Miz TV. If I knew what the copyright policy was, I would shove in clips during this time. But I don't know what the copyright policy is right now, considering this part. I don't have money to go to court, so yay. I think the Fiend's gonna win it because Daniel Bryan might win it. The WWE may just mess up the one thing they have going for him right now. But Seth Rollins had to go someplace dark to beat the Fiend, and he didn't even beat the Fiend. But Seth Rollins kept going to darker and darker and darker places. Well, in that segment of Miz TV, Daniel Bryan said that he's mentally unstable mixed with passion. Daniel Bryan has been to a dark place before when he was part of the Wyatt family. So I wonder if they bring any of that back, if Daniel Bryan joins the Fiend. I don't really see the Fiend as someone who needs servants. The Fiend doesn't feel pain. You can't beat him. That's why I said, I was talking to somebody else the other day, as this is not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. Nobody's probably going to watch it anyway. But I'm talking to them and I said, SmackDown can win the 5-on-5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination team match, because they just put the Fiend on their team. Gone. They win. He doesn't feel pain. Although there were some theories that I saw online about the Fiend, that he gets his ability to not feel pain. Hey, ear, thanks for popping. He gets his ability to not feel pain from the red light that engulfs the arena. And if that is true, then I guess the way to beat him is to expose him to natural light. Because if you watch his match at SummerSlam, his first actual real match against Finn Balor, he seems to feel pain, but it doesn't really bother him much. Because in the other matches, the Hell in a Cell and at Crown Jewel, he doesn't even seem to feel it. But I think Bray Wyatt's gonna win. I think the Fiend is gonna win, not Bray Wyatt. And I saw somebody else saying that Sami Zayn might interfere. And let's assume that he does. Let's assume that Sami Zayn comes out and interferes. Maybe the Fiend is playing possum, alright? Or maybe it's the Miz that interferes. And the Fiend is like playing possum, as he's done some other times. As we saw during that one dark segment, someone recorded on their phone, the Fiend came out and attacked the OC, AJ, Luke, and Carl. He played possum there for a minute. They beat him up. He acted like he was knocked down in the corner, and then he jumped up and he hit, I think it was Carl Anderson with the Sister Abigail, or it was something like that. Maybe it was the Man of a Claw. But what I would like to see is the Fiend playing possum. Hey, go back and drink a whole bottle of beer after I said playing possum. Okay. And then Daniel Bryan thinks that he's winning. He thinks that he's done it. The crowd may be convinced. Probably not. And then you see the Miz just run down. Just run down the ramp. And then he gets in the ring and he hits the Skull Crusher finale on Daniel Bryan. Then I don't know what that is. Oh, it's the plastic rubbing off. Constitution, man. Wrapped in plastic. I don't know why it has plastic. It's open. I don't know. That's not plastic. That's just, I don't know, elastic. Back on track. The Miz runs down his Skull Crusher finale on. Yeah, they free version of Bandicam's kind of tiring like that. But where I was, the Miz runs down his Gold Crusher finale on Daniel Bryan. He goes to pick up the Fiend and lay him on top of Daniel Bryan or something like that. And the Fiend reaches up, hits the mandible claw on the Miz. Just lays him out, you know. Daniel Bryan gets up, either quickly or slowly, and the match resumes from that point on. What I want to see from this, I want to see Daniel Bryan throw everything he's got at the Fiend, and I want the Fiend to take it, and then reveal to Bryan that he wasn't feeling any of it. And another reason why I think Bray Wyatt needs this, because if you look at his character previously, he wasn't really that good, treated well. When he was Husky Harris, he had no career. When he was Bray Wyatt, he had a career at the beginning, but it got slowly old over time. Then they tried to reinvent it with going more into the Sister Abigail part. They tried to go back to the roots, and then that failed. Randy Orton burned down the house and everything. It just didn't work out well. So I think the Fiend needs. I think Bray Wyatt needs this. But what I also want to see, I want to see a bigger contrast and split between the Fiend and Bray Wyatt. Because when the Seth Rollins burned down the Fly Funhouse, and shocker, it didn't stay burned down, Bray Wyatt very clearly asked, "Why are you doing this to me, man?" When Bray Wyatt talks about the Fiend, he always says, "Heat." Like, for instance, when he was talking to Daniel Bryan, he said, "You remember what you did?" Because I really think he does. And all throughout that interview, he always refers to the Fiend as he, as someone separate from him. I want to see that contrast. I want to see that bigger split. And, yeah, that's all I have to say on that one. I can't really think of anything else. I think the Fiend's going to win. If Daniel Bryan somehow does win, let's say if Daniel Bryan does win, then the Fiend still should not feel any of the pain. He should just stay down for a 3 count, I guess, and then attack Daniel Bryan after the match to show that he didn't really feel any of it. Anyway, I'm not a booker, I'm just a fanfic writer. Anyway, so for the women's champions, I don't have any of these 3 belts. Nope. But it says Becky Lynch from Raw, Bayley from SmackDown, and Shayna Baszler from NXT. But if you watched NXT War Games tonight, or not tonight, last night, how can you watch something that... Oh yeah, Joe, I watched it. It was tonight. Anyway, the first champion versus champion match announced for the event was a showdown between NXT champ Baszler, SmackDown champ Bayley, and Raw champ Lynch. The personality differences at play are intriguing, with the former MMA fighter's Baszler's branded brutality set against Lynch's swaggering persona as the man, and Bayley's fan favorite turned ruthless heel approach. You realize that everybody cheers Bayley more that she turned heel. She was booed before. Whatever. Baszler would be only one night removed from her War Game showdown in NXT TakeOver. Yeah. Baszler didn't have the best night at War Games last night. Didn't quite go so well. They thought they had it in the bag. But Team Baszler was 4 and Team Ripley was down by 2 because Dakota Kai just ruthlessly attacked what was her name? Tegan Nox, and she was not able to come to the rescue, but Ripley and Candice LeRae pulled it off. So for this match, I just think, well, I don't like Becky Lynch at all. I think she was forced in front of the face, forced in front of the camera. I don't think she really has a character, except for a strong leading female. Bayley, on the other hand, does have a character, did have a transformation, did have a metamorphosis. Shayna Baszler, I don't watch NXT. But from what I saw from her last night, the crowd knows her. Some of the crowd was chanting for her. She has that support. But I think Bayley's gonna win. I think Bayley's gonna win this because her character has had the most oomph put into it. She murdered her balloon buddies. She just did a middle finger, figuratively. I don't know if she actually did a middle finger. A figurative middle finger to the WWE Universe and cheered her for it. I don't think she's gonna lose because this new persona she's trying out is supposed to be about her changing up her game, winning. There might be some shenanigans. I don't know. Sasha Banks might get involved, but I think Sasha Banks is busy later that night. Later night. Anyway, for the mid-card champions, we have... I'm not going to stop doing this. No, I do not have the NXT North American Championship. I do not have that one. But we have AJ Styles, the US Championship, versus Shinsuke Nakamura, the Intercontinental Championship. And this is an old belt. I do not have the new belt because it just came out. Versus Roderick Strong, the NXT North American Championship. Now, my prediction for this is... I don't really know. I think Roderick Strong might take it because they've been trying to build up the Undisputed Era and they've been trying to build up NXT. And for this reason, Baszler might win the previous one as well. But my choice is still Bayley. For this one, I probably won't be watching this one very closely tonight, though. But my choice for this one is Roderick Strong because he's a new face technically. AJ Styles already got used to him. Shinsuke Nakamura already got used to him. Shinsuke Nakamura has kind of fallen out. He's kind of became this side character. And so is AJ Styles trying to break out again into the front, but Roderick Strong with the Undisputed Era he's been catapulted to the front of NXT. Yeah, that's my pick for that. Did I read this? I think I did. Anyway, I don't know. The men's tag team champions. I have those, but I don't feel like getting back up right now. The Viking Raiders from Raw versus the New Days from SmackDown versus the Undisputed Era from NXT. The Undisputed Era may be made up of... hold on. Another showdown of brand champions. But New Day against the New School Attack from 2 of NXT's most dominant segment. So it's only 2. So it's gonna be Kyle O'Reilly and the other guy. I told you I don't watch NXT. But again, I don't like to say this because I don't like the Undisputed Era. I think the Undisputed Era is gonna take it because they've been trying to build them up as this big force in NXT. Although they did lose last night at War Games to Tommaso Ciampa's team. But I still think the Undisputed Era is going to take it. I think Triple H might get involved. He was there on both Adam Cole matches. But anyway, moving on to the next one. The Men's Survivor Series Elimination Match. The traditional match. From Raw, we have Seth Rollins Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and Ricochet. Kevin Owens might not be there. Kevin Owens was on NXT War Games last night on Tommaso Ciampa's team wearing his old NXT gear. That may have just been a one-time appearance. It may not have been. He may be on NXT's team. He may double cross the Raw team and hop over like Big Show did back in 2014 when it was Team Cena versus Team Authority. He may do something similar to that. But let's get done reading the card. So, it's the Raw team versus SmackDown, which is Roman Reigns, King Corbin, Ali, Shorty G, and Braun Strowman, versus NXT to be announced. A traditional Survivor Series match featuring 5-man teams with the added twist of a third brand. The Raw team was filled out during the November 11th edition of the flagship show that was pre-taped in Manchester, England, while Team SmackDown was revealed in the November 12th edition of WWE Backstage. Who will comprise Team NXT is still a mystery, though names such as Keith Lee and Matt Riddle seem very solid choices for the match. With that being left open and to be announced, a lot of people say Triple H is gonna be involved. Put him and Shawn Michaels in there and might become DXT. It's not my joke. And it was but Triple H himself, Paul Levesque, has seemed that he is not interested in wrestling in this match. So we'll just see what happens. I do think NXT is gonna win because they need to build NXT up as a respectable brand that can survive with the big boys, with the big leagues. They already can, in my opinion. They just need to prove it. And we have the Women's Survivor Series elimination match. We have from the Raw team is Charlotte Flair, Natalya, the Kabuki Warriors, which is Asuka and Kairi Sane, and Sarah Logan. Versus the SmackDown team comprising of Sasha Banks, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross. Versus the NXT team of Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, Bianca Belair, Io Shirai, and Toni Storm. Here's the thing. Rhea Ripley and Candice LeRae were the only two people on the same team last night. They were Bianca Belair and Io Shirai were on the opposite team. They may not play well together. They may very well not be on the same page. So I don't see NXT winning this one. I see them being dominant, but because of that potential divide, I don't see them winning. As far as who will win, given the names, I think maybe the Raw team? Or, no. I can't call this one. So I'm just gonna give it a yeah. I'm just gonna give it a yeah. I can't really. I do think NXT is not gonna win because of that potential divide and tension that can arise. I cannot articulate any sentence right now. Given the names, I think the SmackDown is gonna come up. I think SmackDown is going to come up with the win because Nikki Cross really needs it. Her character needs to be refurbished. All I want is Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross to be a team again. Is that too much to ask for? Okay, and this looks like the final match of the night. The NXT Championship match. Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne. On Saturday night, last night, Dunn beat Killian Dane and Damian Priest in a triple threat match to become the #1 contender. Dunn made the most sense going in as a natural face to go up against the heel in Cole. But he is also the longest reigning and most dominant NXT UK champion in history. Will there be a title change on the WWE's biggest pay-per-views of the year? I thought that was WrestleMania. Anyway, I would love Pete Dunne to win this. I don't really like Pete Dunne either, but I hate Adam Cole. I would love for Pete Dunne to win this. Maybe break some fingers while he's at it, because that's just what Pete Dunne does. I just wanted to see Adam Cole lose the belt. I would have loved to see Adam Cole lose the belt to either Seth Rollins or Daniel Bryan. Just have... You okay over there? Dog freaking winked at me. Kilo, play nice with the other dog. Wasn't my idea to get it. Kilo, come over here. Come over here, girl. Okay, she just went over here. Anyway, I think Pete Dunne's gonna win this because they've I don't think Pete Dunne's gonna win. I just want him to. This isn't a prediction. This is what I want. I think Adam Cole's gonna win it. I think they're gonna keep Adam Cole champion, but I want Adam Cole to lose. Let's go with that. And here are what are these predicted matches? I don't know. I don't know why this isn't a different. Oh, okay. It is. Is a predicted match. Is that it? At 52, Adam Sandler lives with his partner in this house. God, it's a tabloid. I can already tell. What? You know what? No, I don't have time. I don't have time for that. Anyway, guys, that was my WWE 2019 Survivor Series prediction video. So, hearing things in the kitchen. What time is it? Oh, not time for that yet. Okay. So anyway, I'll see you maybe next week. I don't know. I would love to do a review of Survivor Series tonight, or maybe tomorrow, but tomorrow's Monday, and I'm a junior in school, so with my memory after 2 minutes gone, so I probably won't remember to do I probably won't remember to do a review. See, I done forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, guys,